Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's Bree and I'm here today to discuss the Real Housewives of Potomac Season 8 Episode 2 titled Home Sweet Drama. All right y'all, let's get into it. So we start this episode off with Ashley meeting her mother, Sheila, at some type of garden place where they sell plants and flowers. But yeah, she's there because she's looking for some items for her housewarming party that she's going to have at her new home. So Ashley tells her mother that all of the people that she's going to invite, and then she informs her mom of a new woman that she's going to invite who she has recently met, and her name is Nneka. So we learned that Nneka is a lawyer and that she recently moved to the Potomac area to be with her new husband. And Ashley had met her through a friend. So Ashley tells her mom, Nneka's a lot of fun. She likes to surround herself around people who are positive and intelligent, and just overall, she just enjoys, hanging out with Nneka. So Ashley says that Nneka is Igbo, she's Nigerian. And then we switch over to a scene where Nneka is talking to Ashley at a restaurant, stating that, Wendy is good friends with her cousin-in-law, and that she did meet Wendy once at a concert and Wendy was very nice to her. So then we jump back over, that was just like a flashback type of scene that when Nneka and Ashley were talking. So Sheila asked Ashley, well, what's up with you and Candace? There's a whole lawsuit between her and Michael that's taking place. So Ashley says she doesn't know anything about it. She has no knowledge of it, and she hasn't even talked to Michael about it at all. So her mom asks, does she think Michael is actually going to move forward with the lawsuit? And Ashley replies, yes, he is. So then Ashley lets her mom know that Candace is not invited to her party. And it's a good thing because anyway, they're not even friends. So, I don't know why she would invite her for anyway, but that's neither here nor there. So anyway, we see in a new scene, Maya is at the park and she meets up with Karen. And when they see each other, they shake hands. Like, I think at first Mia was trying to give her a hug, and Karen was like, absolutely not. So they just shake hands. So they start walking, and we find out that Mia has invited Karen to talk. So they began talking, and they're walking, and Karen tells her that last year she was shocked and appalled by what Mia said about her last year in regards to making allegations that Karen was seen with another man, of course, while still being married to her husband. So Karen tells her that she has never stabbed her in the back, and what she did and said about her were nothing but lies. So Mia responds saying, what did I say about you? So Karen says, I'm not even going to repeat it, but you know exactly what you said. So Mia said, let's clear this up. So Karen cuts her off and she's like, no. You lied when you brought up that rumor about me being with a friend of somebody. So Mia says that it wasn't a lie because someone told me that. So Karen said, yes, it was. It was a lie because it wasn't a fact. So in a way, they kind of start arguing about it. And then Karen says, let's talk about girl code. So she says, for a married woman, you don't break girl code like that, the way that you did. And you just disrespected me and my husband on so many levels. And she was right. You going around here, that could be very damaging to somebody's marriage, that you're saying that you've seen someone out with another man. Yeah. So next, she then tells her that, she does see some hope between them, being possible friends, but that she needs to set boundaries with her. So she bringing up the lies and rumors, as truths when it really wasn't, and that, she's never done that to Mia. She would never have to worry about her bringing up lies and rumors about her. So Mia tells her that, she and G, her husband, are going through it, because I believe Karen had asked her how they were doing. And so she says they're going through it. And then she says, what Giselle stated about embezzlement involving her husband, at his previous job was untrue. So she cleared that up because if y'all remember last season's reunion, Giselle said something about maybe the whole thing that went down at his job had to do with embezzlement. And so Mia put that out to Karen like, no, that's not untrue. But I did kind of think about it, but basically we found out that that wasn't true. So then Mia lets Karen know that she's in a better place now and that she stopped drinking except for wine. So she says that she shouldn't have been drinking anyway because she was taking medication, and then mixing that with alcohol was altering her mood. So Karen thanks her for sharing that with her, and Karen says, I know you had this thing that you were drinking last year, but you may need to reach out to Wendy because of what you did to her last year. And y'all all know about it, how basically Mia threw that drink in Wendy's face.
Let me find out you don't question her again. I can question her anytime I want to. I can ask her anything. Are you for real?
And just like went on the attack, so that whole altercation. So yeah, she definitely needs to apologize. So Mia agrees with her that she does need to apologize to Wendy. And they also agreed that the whole group needs to get together and talk about their issues. So next, we jump on over to see Candace at her home, and her manager arrives to her house. So they have a meeting where her manager tells her that since she's going to get out of her Monarch contract for music, she's now looking for a new music label to go to. So Candace says that being with Monarch was a great first start, but now, it's time to move on. And then her manager lets her know that they need to finish out her Deep Space tour. So we learn that Candace will be going on tour to some new cities, such as St. Louis, Pittsburgh, New York, and also, too, she's going to go back to Chicago and Atlanta to perform. So her manager asked her, what do you think about if we brought out Drew to the Chicago show as like a special guest to sing at your show? And y'all know Drew from Real Housewives of Atlanta. So Candace hesitates. She makes this face and she's kind of hesitating on giving an answer to that. So her manager is asking like, okay, why are you being all hesitant? So Candace says that she doesn't feel like she needs to do anything more musically with Drew or anybody else in that factor. She didn't just single her out because she did sell out tickets for the Chicago show. And so she says she's just kind of at a place where she doesn't want to bring out any more special guests. I mean, that's understandable. And it's her show. I guess she feels like I'm kind of establishing myself as an artist. Just let me go out there and perform. Let me just do my thing. So next, we see Robin at home along with Juan, and, they start talking while they're in the kitchen. So Robin tells him that she met up with Giselle, Sharice, and Ashley the other day, and she tells him about the whole ordeal. And she tells Juan, I think it was like an intervention against me to talk about you. So she says, just because it's new to them about the whole, allegedly Juan being with another woman at a hotel in Canada, and then the whole photos surfacing of him with his former co-worker at the laundromat and nail salon. Yeah, all that thing. She's basically told Juan that, just because that's news to them, it wasn't news to me, and I'm pretty much over it. So she says that Giselle said in light of the whole laundromat pictures coming out, why would Juan put himself in a position to be photographed again, especially when you're like, the block is hot. So why are you out here being photographed with another woman? So all of a sudden, while Robin's saying that, he says loudly, I don't care. And I'm just looking at him like, are you serious right now? Like, you have no regard for your wife at all. You are just so disrespectful. You don't even care about the optics. What did it say in the Bible? Stay away from the appearance of evil. You are a whole married man being photographed with another woman. I don't care if it was your coworker or not. You already know people are going to talk and say things, and you sitting up here talking about I don't care, as grown as you are. Anyway, yeah. So then he tells her, you know what, Robin, what am I supposed to do? I'm not supposed to live my life. I'm not supposed to go outside or anything. So Robin says that Giselle is making it about me and how it makes me look. And I'm just telling her, you know, like, I don't care how it makes me look. And I'm like, Robin, what do you mean you don't care how your husband makes you look? Like, yeah, let me just go on next. So anyway, she goes on to say that Giselle wants her to be mad at him. And then Juan interrupts her again saying, you know, go on, Robin, just go get mad at me. Curse me out. And then Robin starts laughing. And I'm sitting here like, this man, y'all, he really don't care about Robin. I mean, I'm really trying to be nice here, but I have to tell the truth. He does not care about Robin. He doesn't care about her feelings. He cares for her. He has love for her. But there is just, I don't know what it is. He has no respect for her. And I almost think kind of deep down inside, he wants Robin to have respect for herself and kind of tell him about himself so that he could at least have some type of respect there for her. But it's just not there because she doesn't even respect herself. So anyway, in Robin's confessional, she says that she don't give a dang about what the ladies think about anything. And so she then asks Juan, you know, how has it been going for you since you've been let go from your job? So he says, you know, it's cool, you know, I'll figure it out. So he says it's unfortunate that he's in a lawsuit. So pause, y'all. I just caught them all in a lie because remember on last episode, she said that he wasn't terminated from his job due to the whole lawsuit situation with one of the players at the school. But then we see in episode 2 that basically him being let go from his position has to do with the lawsuit. But then I thought you just told us in episode 1, oh, that ain't got nothing to do with it. It was because they just like had a bad season and they weren't winning games. So my thing is this. In episode 1, it was about Juan not performing well in his duties at his job. But then in episode 2, you're bringing up the lawsuit tied to him losing his job. So which one is it? So I peeped that. I was like, yeah. So anyway, she says that she believes Juan, you know, in regards to his stance in the lawsuit and that he's not liable for any wrongdoing. So anyway, he says that, you know, he's okay and everything's going to work out with that whole situation. So next, we jump on over to a new scene and we finally meet Nneka. So Nneka is at her new home that she's renovating. And we learn that she has several properties in multiple locations, and her husband is an internal medicine doctor by day and a nightclub owner by night. So she lets us know that her and her husband do plan to have kids, but it's kind of been a struggle for them so far. And so they're just walking throughout the house with their contractor, you know, just making sure that the renovations are coming along. And she has like a cute little dog. He's really, really cute. And, you know, they're just talking about them getting this house done. So that's kind of our little introduction to Nneka. So next, we see Wendy arrive at some sort of townhouse where she meets with a producer named Marcia. And we learn that Wendy's actually looking for studio space because she's going to start her own talk show. So we learned that her show is going to talk about serious issues, but not serious issues. Basically issues that she talks with her friends. So she even says that she's multi-hyphenate, like she's an author, you know, she's a professor. She does commentary on, you know, news channels. Basically, she's just doing so much. And this talk show is just adding to her list. So she says that her ultimate goal for her talk show is that she catches the attention of major networks like such as Netflix. She said HBO, Bravo, E. She kind of just wants to be on those major networks. So we learned that Wendy has known Marcia since she was 19 and that Marcia has done work in the producer realm for like various TV shows. So they start talking about Wendy's project and the budget. And so her producer asks, what is the budget? And Wendy's like, yeah, I'm not going to say that. And I don't think it's because she didn't want to tell her. I think she just didn't want to say it on camera. So she does let Marcia know that she is over budget. So then they start talking about names for her talk show. So Wendy says, maybe she should name the show Zen When. And I'm like, girl, yeah, don't name it that. And even her producer was like, yeah, no. So then she says, well, how about we name it Wendy's Wisdom? And then the producer says, no. Next, she says, maybe let's name it Wine with Dr. Wendy. And so, that's kind of cute. And then Wendy says that she wants her show to be conversational, and they just start laughing. So that was cute. On the studio space that they were at, it was nice, but it was too dark. I think the paint was, a lot of black in there. And even though, yes, your lighting and everything is there, but I just think that it's just too dark. And also, too, it wasn't soundproof. So it wasn't a good studio space for her. So next, we see Karen meeting up with Ashley, Giselle, and Mia at a Pilates class. So they all start working out, and Karen says she's working out because she's at risk for a condition called triple 20, which has something to do with the heart, and that she has 5% buildup. I'm not sure in her arteries or her heart. I wasn't too sure. But basically, she had to get a lot of tests done because her mother had triple bypass surgery in the past before. So she lets Ashley and Giselle know that she and Mia have settled things between them. They're all good. And Giselle tells Karen that she, Ashley, and Charisse met up with Robin the other day because, Robin's going through so much with the whole Juan public allegations. And so she tells her about that. So then all of a sudden Giselle says, Karen, are you going to apologize to Robin? And Karen's face immediately was like, no. So Karen says, for what though? So Giselle says, recently you started talking about he was out with some woman in Georgetown with blonde hair, basically saying she looks like you. So Karen says, although I didn't have a picture, I do believe there's some truth to it. So Giselle says, no, Karen, it was a rumor. And so Karen's like, I don't know nothing about international, but I know about domestic. And so even Giselle kind of laughed at that because that was funny. So she does say she probably owes Robin an apology, but also, too, Robin owes her an apology. And so she said, Giselle, you're just going to have to facilitate this meeting between she and I because, she's willing to, speak with Robin. So then Karen asks Ashley, have she divorced yet? And Ashley states, no, she's not divorced. So then Karen asks, how do you feel about Candace? And Giselle says, I don't know who you're talking about right now. And I'm just like, girl, please. Anyway. So, what's so funny to me? It's so funny how Candace and Wendy at times seems to be almost everyone's storyline. For people who don't like them so much, you guys sure make them your storyline a lot of time by making up lies about people's husbands. But I'm not going to go there. So anyway, so Ashley says that Candace told her to never talk to her again. And then she starts reading some text message that Candace sent to her. I think it was after the reunion or something like that. So she lets the ladies know that she hasn't invited Candace to her housewarming party. And anyway, Karen lets her know that, well, Candace is in LA, so she wasn't probably going to come anyway. So then Ashley starts telling them about her new lawyer friend, NECA, and that she's going to come to her housewarming party. So Mia tells Giselle that she feels like she's dating a little boy because, Giselle's new boo thing, Jason, is younger than her and she likes them older. So she's like, yeah, I could never, I wouldn't know what to do with a younger guy. So Giselle replies saying, well, I do. So they start laughing. So next, in the new scene, we see Ashley's at her house getting ready for her housewarming party. It's getting set up. The food is there. Everybody is starting to arrive. So Giselle arrives and Ashley's talking with her and her Uncle Lump. So her uncle finds out that Ashley went on vacation with Michael to the Bahamas. And he's just like, you know what? You do what you want to do. I already gave you advice about him and what to do, but you're just going to do what you want to do. So he's like, if Ashley wants to veer off, then that's her thing. I guess he's just kind of tired at this point, and he's just like, she can do whatever she want to do. So Charisse comes in because, all the ladies arrive, and she and Karen are kind of wearing the same outfit but different colors. So I actually liked Karen's outfit. I thought that was cute. So Giselle says like, ooh, you guys need to take a picture. And of course, Karen is annoyed because, Karen does not see it for Charisse at all. But they were cordial. They did speak to each other at the party. So Ashley's like, hey, y'all want to see my house? I'll take you guys on a tour. So everybody's like, yeah, let's go. So she takes everybody on a house tour, she lets them see her house, and they're just walking throughout the different rooms so that they could see the interior design of it and the aesthetics of it. So Wendy does arrive as well, and she's on the house tour. And then soon we see Deborah arrive. And I'm pretty sure y'all all remember Deborah. So yeah, from last season. So basically everybody's finished with the house tour and they all go outside to a table so that they can eat. And then Robin comes through and everyone is kind of shocked to see her because they didn't think that she was going to come out, especially with all these Juan allegations. So they just thought she wasn't coming. So next we see Nneka arrive and she greets the ladies. And in Wendy's confessional, a producer asks her, have you ever met Nneka before? And she replies that she's seen her in passing before. So Wendy learns that Nneka is Igbo because Ashley said so. And so she gives Nneka a high five. So Nneka lets everyone know that she's moved to the area about a year ago and she recently got married. So then Ashley asks Wendy to come inside and they go inside of her house because Ashley wants to talk to her. So they sit on her couch and then Wendy all of a sudden, she says to Ashley, she's like, she's proud of her and, she's really happy that she's purchased this home and she's just really proud of her. And then she says, Ashley, you made me feel like I mattered last year and that you hold a very special place in my heart. And I'm like, wait, what? Why is she even saying that? But then I thought about it. Remember last year and last season, the whole thing that went down between Mia and Wendy in Miami? I will say Ashley was there for Wendy during that time when, basically Mia attacked her. She attacked her and threw a drink on her. And Ashley basically was saying that was wrong what she did. So she was there for Wendy, even when Wendy went to another hotel. She was still checking on her and stuff like that. So I'll give Ashley that. So now it makes sense as to why Wendy was saying that. But anyway, so Wendy goes on talking to her. And so she says, even though, you hold a special place in my heart, I do feel, Ashley, that sometimes I have to question things with you just because of the whole thing that transpired with Deborah. And so if y'all remember too, last year, Deborah made allegations talking about Wendy's husband was looking at her at some party they were at. And so y'all know that's Ashley's friend. So she goes on to say that she really wants to feel like Ashley's her girl, but she doesn't want to feel that if the opportunity was to present itself, that Ashley would stab her in the back. So Ashley is just looking at her and she says, I respect that. And part of why you may not see that I'm trustworthy is that we don't really spend a lot of time together, and we really haven't had instances where our kids spend time together. So Wendy's like, well, that's not true because I invited you to Cameron's birthday party. I believe that's Wendy's daughter. So Ashley says, that's fair. I didn't come, because I had to do something else. But there's so many layers to you that I still want to get to know. But I worry, that you're really guarded with me because you don't share a lot of personal things about yourself. And I wouldn't either, especially with somebody like you. But anyway, so Wendy says that, in order for me to share and be vulnerable with you, I got to feel like I'm in safe hands. So Ashley says, that's fair, but do you not want me to tell you things that goes on or if anybody's talking about you? So Wendy's like, no, you can tell me stuff. I'm not that type of friend. So here come Ashley. So then she says that she spoke to Nneka about, Wendy and who she is. And she told Nneka that Wendy's a doctor. So Nneka asks, it's like a flashback scene where Nneka and Ashley are sitting down talking. So after Ashley tells her, Wendy's a doctor, Nneka says, is she a medical doctor? And Ashley's like, no, she has a PhD. So then Nneka says, oh, she's a doctor of philosophy. And I feel like she was trying to take a dig. And my thing is, well, what does it matter if somebody's a medical doctor or a doctor of philosophy? She's still a doctor. Anyway. So it jumps back over to Ashley telling Wendy about that conversation she had with Nneka. And so I'm so glad Wendy kept it cool. She was just laughing about it. And so in Wendy's confessional, she says that Nneka will address her as Dr. Wendy. Period. So back at the table with the ladies, Nneka informs them that she does practice law and that she's an in-house counsel for a prominent tech company. Then the scene jumps back over to Ashley and Wendy talking on the couch. And so Ashley says to Wendy, there was this article about you being Osu. And then she lets Wendy know that she was talking to Nneka about it. So we jump to a flashback scene where Ashley's talking to Nneka about the article regarding Wendy being Osu. And so Nneka tells her, Osu is like a group of people who were offered up to a native local king, and the families that give up their children are considered Osu. But since then, it's been abolished. But she does say, people don't want to be associated with people that are considered Osu. And she says she doesn't even know if Wendy is that. So then we jump back over to Ashley, letting Wendy know what Nneka said about it. And the way Ashley put it to Wendy, it was as if she was implying that Nneka was talking bad about Wendy. And so in Ashley's confessional, one of the producers of the show asked her, he's like, Ashley, you made it seem to Wendy that Nneka was talking trash about her. Then you just see this smirk on Ashley's face, like always trying to play stupid. Like, oh, did I? Like, oh, I don't even remember that. Blame it on the tequila I was drinking with Nneka. And I'm just like, I'm sorry. I got to make a PSA announcement. And this is what I got to say. Wendy and Candace, I really do not understand you two's thing with Ashley. Y'all know how Ashley is. I haven't said it on here, but since season 3, Ashley shows you exactly who she is. I'm trying not to say a certain word about Ashley because I definitely am remaining respectful. But Ashley is to not be trusted. She is out for self. She don't care about nobody's feelings. And just because Ashley comes off bubbly and lighthearted and fun doesn't mean she has this type of side to her. And I'm not even going to say it. I don't understand why you want to be this girl's friend. Time and time again, she has screwed the both of you over. So that's why I'm not going to be riding for y'all anymore when it comes to Ashley, because you keep going back and she steadily keeps doing stuff. Now, why do you think she sat up there and brought that conversation to Nneka to start mess? Ain't nobody stupid, and probably trying to get you off of the show, Wendy. Let's be real. And so it's a thing for them to say, oh, well, we brought another Nigerian onto the show, someone who isn't light skinned. See, y'all, there's no colorism on the show when it clearly is. And they try to act as if the audience is stupid. But I digress. Anyway. So Ashley tells Wendy that she had no idea what Osu was. And so Wendy responds saying that Osu is something like from the ancient gods in Nigeria. She says that her family is not of that, and it's basically people who are considered outcasts. So she says, you know, if you're Osu, no one would come to any of your events or be around you. So in Wendy's confessional, she says that Nneka is coming into the group bringing up false blog articles, and she would have expected more from a fellow Nigerian. And I'm like, Wendy, I'm sure you've seen the playback on Sunday. No, it was Ashley who brought it up. And it was Ashley trying to imply to you as though Nneka was like kind of talking bad about you, when in all reality, it was Ashley starting mess. So we'll see how the reunion turns out when that's brought up. And y'all, scene. So yeah, I would give this week's episode, I would give it a 7. It wasn't bad. I feel like it was better than the first episode. I don't know why I gave last week's, did I give last week's episode a 8 or a 6? I'm not too sure, I have to go back. But yeah, I felt like it was better than last week's episode. I think it's starting to slowly get to like the good parts of Potomac. I think it's just slowly making its way there instead of like coming out with the drama, but we'll see. But anyway, y'all, thank you guys so much for watching my recap and review. And let me know in the comments below what you thought of this episode. And what did you guys think about the new member to the group, Nneka? So as always, guys, you know I'm always going to close out with a prayer. And so here it goes. So may the Lord bless you and keep you. May the Lord make his face shine on you and be gracious to you. May the Lord turn his face towards you and give you peace. This is my prayer over your life. In Jesus' name, amen. Take care, everyone. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.